Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Unreal Engine game development live stream with our Project Hero RPG. So in the last live stream we put together our Jenkins, because for one reason or another it just wasn't doing builds anymore. So we were able to put that back together. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that because that's not too interesting, I suppose. But we'll launch Jenkins real quick, and we have evidence now that in our Slack, we do have evidence of our build notifications working. So the last time it built was yesterday. So it was cooking the project, and I guess it never completed. So we gotta just double check that. For some reason, it ever signs incorrectly on the first try. It hardly ever does. So let's see what happened. Okay, so some fatal linker errors. Oh, I'm not going to be too concerned with it right now. If anything, we can just build in the background, and we'll see what happens. Once it's ready. Maybe a problem that our editor is open, so maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't do that right now, but we'll see what it does. Yeah, see, access is denied. Yeah, that's because our editor's open. Let us not do that right now. Yes, abort. Please abort. Thank you. Okay, so let's not worry about that, but we do know it works. We have evidence of that, so I'm not going to be focusing on that today. What we are going to focus on is, I want to, whoops, this is not the right one. I do want to focus on, delete. Well, maybe I can log in. Let's see. Because I might have to sign in with Google. Okay, your accounts are connected. From now on, you're login until, okay. Got it. Okay, now we're my boards. Here, okay. So Slack channel, Jenkins notification, Python scripts, we did that. So we can just say it's complete. And I want to share archive. And we can just delete that. We don't need that anymore. I kind of want to work on the hero's health system. So, health system. So join labels will be gameplay and code. Let's add a checklist. Health system or to do health system. So first thing, attributes, health, and max health. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. So we can get rid of that. So obviously we have our editor open, but we need to write in code. So let us add those attributes. So we have attributes here, player attribute, and then .h and .cpp. So we don't need featherfall open anymore. We don't need .h anymore. So literally we can just add this stuff. So we have movement speed, jump height, multiplier, jump stuff. So maybe, now, do we want to add all this stuff into it? Okay, I guess we can. Like, unless we want to make a new attribute class and you know, have like hero, player, health attributes, and maybe refactor this to be movement attributes or something like that. I don't know. Maybe we could save that for a different time. For now, we could just add the health attributes. So we can literally kind of just copy and paste this. This is the wrong category. Let me fix that. So we're gonna call this player health. Player health. We can just call it health. And then we need max health. Oops. So we got health and max health. Then in CPP, so pre-attribute change. Let's see, how do we want to do this? If the attribute is can I do something like this? If attribute equals get what is it, just health or player health? So get health attribute. We could do new value equals f math clamp float. So we want to clamp new value to 0, and then can I just do like get max health attribute? Is that valid to say? So like dot, can I do like dot value? How would I get the value? Zero. Let's see. Is there anything in here that would give me the actual like value? So get numeric value checked. That's a possibility. So pre, post, pre-attribute change. Generic numerical value in the form. So it's curve stuff. Maybe that's what I need. const u attribute set. Can I just pass in this? Oops. Let's see what happens. I hope what I was doing in Jenkins earlier is not going to mess this up. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. Okay, so far it's compiling, so. Okay. So far that's good. Okay. Now I know we have hero, data tables, player initialization. So I think we could technically, because we have in our Google Drive, let me get that open. Hero attributes initialization. Oops. I just don't know if they match what we have written here. I don't think it does, so let me just update it. So movement speed we have at 500, min value 0, max value, yeah, that's good. Movement multiplier, that's I think good. So jump height is 1,000. I think we can keep actually what we have in here, 600. 1. Okay, then we have player crouch speed. Hero player attributes dot player crouch speed, and that's 200, 0, 10,000, and then true. Now we have our new one, so we have so let me just make sure we have the syntax correct. So everything is called player crouch speed, so we can just say health. Hero player attributes dot I guess we could just do max health. And we'll say the max health is 100. And max value we'll say is 10,000, or like same value as others. We'll say true. And then we can save this, or actually download it. Download a CSV. Let me bring this back on screen for us. So with the CSV, we can go into our directory, hero dev, hero, data tables, player attributes initialization, hit save, and then we just re-import, and there we go. Save that. Now, I believe we play. So far, so good. We need to eject, make him our debug actor, and then we can do attributes. Yes, so health is 0, which makes sense because we haven't had to do that. And max health is 100, so we were good there. Okay, still not a fan of, some of this movement stuff, but We'll see later. So we got that. Now we have to figure out the best place to handle. I kind of want to make it a component, like a health component that manages setting up the health value and the max health value and stuff like that. But I'm not super familiar. UE4, C++ components. I'm not super familiar how components actually work. So let's see what we can learn. We'll begin by creating a new basic code project, blah, blah, blah. So they're making a pawn. Okay. Where's the second part? Creating and attaching components. Maybe I'm not thinking of it correctly. Let's see what components already kind of exist that I want to mimic. So let me go into our character. I guess that's an easy way to do that. New C++ component. So there's like a field system, gameplay task. Okay. So I kind of want to simulate. Let's just say new C++ component. I guess there's a reasonable component that could be added to any actor. I guess we'll want it to be an actor component. Let's see, hero. I guess we could do a folder called components, and then health component, player health component. We'll just say health component. Maybe we can make it generic enough to be reused somewhere else. I don't know. Then we'll call it health component. Okay, so let's create that class. I know that's going to take a hot minute. Hopefully it won't fail to compile like it has done in the past, but we'll see. Oh, thank you, Assisted Anarchy, for raiding. Much appreciated. I'm still getting used to those noises from this new scene thing in OBS. How's it going, Anarchy? I appreciate the love. I'll try to keep with the pattern. Very cool. What kind of game are you making? Are you using Unreal, Unity, something else? Okay. For anyone new in the chat, feel free to check out my Discord server. This is where we go ahead and chat about this project that I'm working on. Making a retro shooter similar to Doom or Wolfenstein. I'm using Unity. Very cool. Hope it all went well. Let me find your channel real quick. Like, what's the name of your channel? Is it literally just like Assisted Anarchy? Uh, do you have a different channel name on Twitch? Yeah. Okay. Well, let me find you real quick. Let me spread the love. I'm always interested in watching. Oh, okay. Give me a second. Boom. Okay. All said and done. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm still kind of new to Twitch streaming. I'm kind of taking it slow, learning as I go. And right now, I'm using Unreal Engine 4, the gameplay ability system, make an RPG from scratch using C++, blueprints, etc. So, at the moment, I'm working on a health component using attributes and stuff like that. So let's see how far I can get without driving myself insane. So we have our health component. We have begin play. So I think the first thing we want to do is, I don't think we need a tick. Yeah, I learned Unreal in college too, but back then it was Unreal Engine 3 or UDK, and we had to use Kismet, which was garbage compared to what we have now for blueprints. So I'm kind of happy with what I have at the moment. I went to school in a place called University of Advancing Technology in Tempe, Arizona. Back in like 2010 is when I started. And back then I also learned Unity, but Unity was not very good back then, especially compared to today. And I think I also used the CryEngine, and I used the Hammer editor, what they use for like Half-Life and stuff like that. Yeah, Full Sail is a way better college, so good for you for going there. Okay, so I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. So what typically do I need? I need a reference to my character first off. So let me see what I need for my character. I need my ability system component, and I believe I need my attributes. So let's bring those in. I think for components there should be full sales duty. That's cool. So in the process of registering a component, the engine associates the component with the scene, making it available for updates. I don't think I need to register anything. I kind of need to see what I have available. So, view actor component. Let's see what is available. This is a huge class, I would assume. So, let's see how much we can read into it without driving ourselves insane. Because the first thing I need is a way to get the parent actor. So, I think there should be like get owner or something. So all this serialization stuff I don't really know about. Get actor owner non-inline. Oh yeah, so it is literally get owner. Okay. So basically on begin play, we could say, we need to reference our actual hero player character as well. So we need something like that, but we also need to include this bad boy. Hero player character. There. So we could say a hero player character, hero character equals cast. I think a hero player character. get owner. Oops. I think something like that. I think that should be valid. And I guess we could just do a quick print string to make sure this is all legit. So if hero character UE log temp warning text hero character is valid. So that's on begin play, and I think what we can do now, we have to include this component. Okay, we can do it here, I think. Well, no, that's a function to get it. Where's the actual? Oh, it might be in hero character. Let me see what's in hero character. Yes, it's fine. Yeah. So I think we'll need to do something like this. Virtual class. Does it have to be virtual? I wonder. Let's see. Component, health component. Let me just see. U health component. Class U health component. Health component. Oh, it doesn't have to be like that. So it's up here. So it's literally, I think we could just do class. U health component. And then health component. And then hero character.cpp. Or is it in player character? Where we initialize some things. I guess we want to do it on possessed. Let me see. Hero character comes from A character. Let me just see what A character does. I need to remember. Yeah, I gotta remember how to. Yeah, create. Yeah, something like this. Thank you. I forgot how that looked. So I guess we can just do it in hero character. I would just need to hash include hero components. Yeah. Health component. Health component. And then we could do, I believe we said it was, so hero character. Let me move this up. Oh yeah, it has to be a U property. Let's clean that up. Visible anywhere. Blueprint. Read only. Category. Equal. Components. I guess we'll add a meta, like how we have for those other components. Allow private access. Okay, so I think we're all pretty there. Now I see. So now I can do. Is it just U health component? I think that's what it is. Yeah. but that's not right in here. Let me just look up some examples of how to create default sub-object. Just a second. No. I haven't written code in a couple of weeks, so UE for C++, create default sub-object. Is there an example that I can look at? Ah, yeah, okay. So it could be just text. Okay. Let's see what disaster awaits. Because we did write a lot of code. And for any other new people watching, here's some information. Here's my Discord. I do have a YouTube channel where I do post these live streams. I also have some old tutorials you guys can check out. So feel free to subscribe and join the Discord server and things like that. It'll be much appreciated. So our code compiled. That's nice, but we'll see. Let's see if our character has the health component correctly. So hero, player character. Okay, we have the health component, so we're good there. Now, in theory, we have our output log, so when we play, we should see hello. Or, not hello, but yeah. So hero character is valid. So, that's good. So we know we set up the component correctly. So now I think we can straight up just work in the health component for a little bit. So let me just close everything. Alright guys, welcome back. Thanks so much for waiting. So we know now with our health component, we have it correctly set up on our character by default. And we have our two attributes for health. We have max health and like current health, but we're just calling it health. So we want to set the max health as an attribute from our initialization table. Eventually we might need to learn how to save attribute changes so that if we want to increase max health later on through items or something like that, we'll have to be able to do something like that. But for now, let us get our attributes for max health. And we have the hero player attributes, but I think what we will need to do is actually go into our character and get our max health through a function. Let me see how these actual things are implemented. I guess we can maybe not even create a function for player. Maybe we can literally do something like that. So maybe the health component can have let's give it a private. We'll call it float health. I guess we could just default it to 0. And then another one, float max health equals 0. And then in here, we could say, so how do we actually have player attributes? Where is this coming from? Okay. So it's a weak pointer. And under what category is this protected? Okay. Maybe we could do something similar. And this is initialized somewhere. Probably on possessed, right? So we have possessed. So it's a player. So we're getting the player state. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna need to get the player state. So let's do something similar. So what can we do? So I think we'll need to get a reference to player state. All right. So a hero player state. Hero player state equals hero character get player state. So what's wrong here? Hero character not defined. How? Is it a problem with this? Oh. Is it like that? Let me comment that out, make sure that's not what's causing the problem. Okay. So we got the player state. Now what does it do? Need that. So I guess we could say if hero player state instead. Okay, I think now we can do so we don't have to return anything, but we can just say where does this function come from? Yeah, okay. So we can get max health. So get max health. We're not returning anything, obviously, but can we just do now a UE log? Log temp warning text. We could just say something like max health. I think it's something. I think that's gonna be like that, and I guess we could say float max health equals that, and then we can say max health. Maybe that's right. So let's compile. So we should be getting 100 if I remember right, because we initialized it somewhere. I thought we still had our I guess we closed our data table. Okay, there's a build error. Oh, okay. That should fix that problem, because we're redefining the same variable again. At least that should carry that one error. We'll have to see what the next error comes along. Okay, so we're good there. So now when we play, let's see, max health 100. Perfect, so we know that's right. Okay. Now I have to remind myself, UE4, C++, set attribute value. U attribute set attribute, let's see. Let me look at the Tranec documentation. See what he has to say. So attribute set. That's replication stuff. Okay. So init health. So it should work something similar. Let's see. Because now that we can access to our max health, we want to set our health to the max health. And then I guess we could do player attributes, init health, and we can just say max health. I guess we can also say health equals max health. And then health equals this health. And then I guess we could just say I guess I get to say, can I say something like this, like player attributes get health? Let's see if it gives me an error. Are you saying this is a good stream for learning? What's your name? Azragar? Or are you talking about some other stream? Because I'm always interested in learning. Oh, thank you. Well, I hope people learn something. I'm not good with C++, honestly. This is what I'm trying to learn. So I hope people also learn while I'm learning. So let's see if my health stuff makes sense now. So max health is 100. I wonder though, hold on. Okay, let me look at my attributes now, because in theory now, health and max health should be the same value. Yes. Boom. So we got our health and our max health initialized through a health component. Now I want to figure out the best way to update these values, because obviously that the values themselves are attributes, and there should be callbacks for when the attribute is changed, I think. Because basically, essentially, I want to say, hey, now my health is 90, get a callback from, to my health component that then is in charge of like tracking that. I think is the best way of saying what I'm trying to do. Let's see. So this is pre-attribute changing. What is this? Triggers when is that aggregator? No. So that's initializing attributes. Their callback. So this is what I was talking about earlier with attribute set design, where I might want to create groupings of attributes. But I'm not going to be concerned right now with that. So there is, okay, so listen for when an attribute changes to update the UI or gameplay use. Alright, this function returns a delegate that you can bind. Okay. So I should, what's the best way to handle this? Okay, I'm gonna move this to my other screen because I gotta look at both at the same time. So excuse me if I'm not gonna be paying attention to the chat. I only have 2 monitors. Let's see. Would it be smart for me to also get a reference to the ability system component? All right, let me try one thing. Like, is it also going to be valid if I do it on the initialization construction of this component? If you're a character, we could just do another UE log. Log temp warning text. And then I guess I could say hero is valid when on constructor. And we could just see if that works. Because in theory, what I want to try to do is get a reference to the get character and the reference to the ability system component so that I can bind right here for our ability system component. And we can get... So we can be notified when the health changes. Hero is valid on constructor. Okay, perfect. So what we might want to do is, I don't know if I want to do all of this on construct. Maybe we do. I'm really not sure. But let us see. How do we have it written? There should be ability system component either here or in the hero character. Yeah. So we want to do something similar, but not exact. How is this written? Is it protected? Okay. And I guess we could just do like, because I think there's hero character, get system abilities. Yeah, okay. And I think we could just do ability system component equals that, and then obviously that. And I guess we can just check if this is valid. If ability system component, I guess that's not something you can say. Dot. Okay. Can I say something like that? No. Okay. Is there any way to tell if this is a valid component? Yeah, this code is just very difficult to read. Guess we can just see if it's valid by attempting to do something with it. So let's not worry about printing anything. How is this written? Let's get this whole thing. Okay, yeah, we're gonna also have to initialize all this crap. Let me just nuke all that. Paste it there for now. So we don't need this. Well, I guess we can go like this. Okay, and then what does the rest of it say? Okay. So this is what the function's supposed to look like. So I guess it could be private. I'll have to wait for IntelliSense to catch up with what we're doing so that I can create, I guess we could do create implementation. Yeah. Okay. Declaration is incompatible. Why? Is it because it's I'm saying virtual void? Can I just say void? Okay, we'll go and check on it in a minute. So instead of saying that, we gotta say health component. Okay, we're kosher there. I'm just not sure if doing this in the constructor is like the best thing to do. I don't know. Then again, I don't know. So, let me just remind myself of another thing because we do have a cheat manager class. And we have some cheats. Yeah, so hero attributes set player attribute. And it takes in. Okay. So we should be able to easily test this. That declaration error type. So we can just say return and just compile, and we'll just see if we can get more data on why this is not saying or looking good. Okay. Const. Why does it need a comma? Use. Let's see. Oh, something happened. Oh, thank you for the follow, Azragor. Much appreciated. So F gameplay attribute. To listen for when an attribute changes, to update the UI use, this function returns a delta that you can bind. Okay, maybe that's just outdated. Because based on what I'm seeing here, it returns an F gameplay attribute. So maybe that's the reason. No? Let's just see if it's the same reason here. So, same problem. So U health, so void U health component health change const F gameplay attribute. Do I not need something like that? I don't think that's gonna make a difference. Well, we'll see. Yeah, that seems like it made a lot of things worse. Okay, let me get rid of that. Create implementation. Return. Well, I don't see any red anymore, but we'll see. It probably still complain. Yeah, still no. Alright, missing type. Types pointed to are unrelated. So 58 is there. Void, console overloaded, member function. Oh. Let's see. Maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way. Let's see. UE4, C++, wait for attribute change. Okay. It's a delegate, gameplay attributes. So we have the attribute effect. No, none of that helps. None of that helps. Okay. Maybe I don't have, so can I just do .add? I don't think that's gonna, I think that's gonna make things worse. Yeah. Let's see, .add. Okay, so they're the same thing. Alright, stop complaining. This is tricky. I think I'm going to be stuck on this problem for a while. Was I able? Okay, let me just copy this error. We'll see. Let's see what Google has to say. Thanks for the follow, Hello NZ or Polovnenzy. Tricky name. Don't know if you're Polish where the W counts as a V or not. Let's see. Int assumed. Missing type specifier. Do I have anything there for that? Okay, UE4, C++. Let me just get this on the other screen. Missing type specifier. Int assumed. Let's see. Are you including the header file? Okay. So maybe I just got to include it. Okay, so attribute set is what I need. Okay, so don't have that. Do I have it in here? Can I open that? No. So that's the health component. New class, player attributes. That's not there. Okay, so let's look at it the hard way. So I can just include hashtag. Yeah, hash include. Will that fix that problem? Find out now on Dragon Ball Z. Okay, I think that was it. Nope. Okay. So F delegate. Cannot convert argument 2 from. So it has to be F on attribute data change. Okay, so I gotta put that back to where it was before. Down here, I think. Okay, let's. Where does this exist? Is it also an attribute set? Maybe I need to include something else. We'll see. Okay, so gameplay effects types. Can I just do hash gameplay effects types? Oh boy, no, that's not what I wanted. Let me. Let's see. Let's just see if I get the original error again where it's saying I don't have the right type. Yeah, missing type. Okay. So gameplay effect type. So let's see if that is something that exists. Oops. Hash include gameplay effect types. Fingers crossed. Boom. Okay. All right, we know it. So now we know it compiles, but I need to do. Oh, okay. What's wrong? Okay, so player state does not exist there. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, Um, um, so I think, is it best for all this to be in begin play? Let's just nuke all of it, put into begin play. And then on health changed, let's print out values. So, what can we get from data? Data dot what's available? New value. Okay. So can I say like new value? No. Okay. I think I might have. I don't think I should have to, but maybe I will. Have to include this as well. So data. So nothing is auto completing, so I'm not happy about that. Can I just say new value? Is it happy about that? Okay. And it's a float. Float new value equals data.new value. Float old value equals data.old value. I think that's what it said. Yeah. Now can I say log UE log temp warning text new value equals that old value equals can I say new value old value? I don't know if that's a valid way of doing that, but let's see what complaints we get here. Okay, no complaints. Now let's see if the editor actually opens as well and we don't get any kind of crashes. Okay. Okay, we're in. Let's see our attributes. So 100 and 100. Okay. Now, let me look back at our cheat manager. Hero.age. So hero.attributes, that's your attribute. Okay. Hero. And then we can say health 90. Yes, okay, we got our callback. So that's great. Now what do I want to do? Okay. We need to do one for max health as well, I think. So we should be able to manage that. So we're good with that. No cheat manager. So health component dot h. We could do almost the same thing. We could say void max health changed const f on attribute change data. Excuse me. And then data. And then pretty much almost identically here. You can kind of copy and paste this. And then get max health attribute. And then max health changed. And we just need to implement this. Health new value, health old value. And then max health new value, max health. So we should be okay with that. I don't think we need that anymore. I don't know how much I want to refactor some of this stuff. I don't think we'll ever need tick, honestly, but maybe we'll keep it for now. Well, actually, let's get rid of it. This set this command to be initialized when the game starts and to be ticked every frame. You can turn these features off. Yeah, I really don't think we need tick, honestly. So we can get rid of tick. Like, it doesn't even do anything, right? Yeah, just call super. So let's get rid of tick. So let's see exactly what we're doing now. Because now we're able to know when our health changes and possibly when our max health changes. I do want to check if that'll work with a gameplay effect. It should, in theory, but it's always good to check that out, I suppose. Let's make a new function called let's see. It's gonna be. I'll do a protected. No, it's gonna be private. Void initialize health value, or we can say initialize health, and we want to take in a player state. Maybe we could just also initialize max health. Same thing. It might be better just to do. Can I just do class like that? Is that kosher? No, that's wrong. Alright, we'll let it complain for a second. Initialize health. Okay, so I guess it just complained for no reason. I don't know, is that the right kind of function name? Initialize health attributes. I think that's better sounding. Create implementation. And then we could just say initialize health attributes and take in hero player state. And then we could just do that. What's wrong? Declaration is compatible with void. Let's see if that corrects it. Alright, let's just compile and see what the damage is. Maybe we'll have to include the player state class in the header file. Or it's not, or it's complaining for no reason. Okay, we're in. The health value should be good. Yes, 100 and 100. Okay. So far, so good. I guess we can just do another function. Void bind health attribute changes. We just do class A hero. We can just do hero character. Are we doing hero character? Yeah. No, we're doing A player. We might want to have to change that to hero character eventually if we want to do AI. Let's do just hero character. And hash, oh my god. Hash include hero. I think it's just hero character at that point. Yeah. Cool. We'll have to see if that breaks anything, but for now, that might be okay. So class hero character. Hero character. Create implementation. And then we could say, what was the name of it? Bind, changes. Boom, and then just take this stuff and nuke it into that function. Okay. Let's try compiling this. Okay. And let's just see if our logs log correctly the changes if we use the cheat, and then we can try applying a gameplay effect and just making sure we get those two. So health new value 90, health old value 100, and then we just do max health 200. So max health new value 200, max old value 100. So that seems all well and good. So I'm wondering also what the best course of action is, because I want this to be hooked into a UI element. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, should this UI element just be hooked into the actual component, or if it should be in the character and the component kind of just talks back and forth with the UI. It's kind of tricky, so I gotta think. Give me just a second, guys. Gotta just answer a quick message, sorry. So yeah, it's the whole UI element that I'm kind of concerned about at the moment. But at least we have our actual component working, and we have it up. Our attribute stuff is changing, and we're getting callbacks and stuff like that. I kind of want to figure out also the best means of taking damage. And I think for that, I do want to reference Tranek's project real quick, just see how he handles that, and maybe we can get some ideas that way. Where are we? He's somewhere in here. Game development 425 example? No. That's action RPG. Gas documentation project. Here we go. So let's look at his project real quick. It's a good reference. Ugh, no. Do I have an up-to-date version somewhere? Let's go back and download it real fast. Download zip. Well, what branch? Master? Let's do 425. Download zip. Let's put this onto our desktop. Extract. We can't dump it. Now, in theory, because I believe I'm using the 425 engine build. Okay, fine. Let's just do it this way. And for those interested in Unreal Engine 4 game development, I really recommend checking out my YouTube channel. That's where I kind of archive a lot of my live streams. Obviously, you can check them out on Twitch as well. But you should check out everything from the beginning, because I did, get the version of Unreal Engine from GitHub. I compiled the engine from the source code and built the project from scratch, doing it that way with C++. So I definitely recommend you guys checking that out if that interests you. I also set up my Perforce, and I set up Unreal GameSync, which is a pretty useful tool for checking source and stuff like that, and source control, stuff like that. So recommend you watching those videos from scratch if that's something that interests you. And a link is in chat already. I don't know if anyone missed it, just let me know. But you could just type in Devin Sherry into YouTube, you'll find my channel. So we got Tronic's project here. And I kind of want to see how he handles... So I don't care about multiplayer at the moment. So let me just... So play offline, number of players 1, perfect. And let's just let everything shader compile. And then I know there's an ability, he has it written here. But he also has damage per second stuff, so you should be able to lose health. So that's pretty much what we want to accomplish one way or another. So let's just see how he handles it. Damage volume. So he sets a timer. That's kind of weird that he doesn't specify a specific class here. I don't like that. Because then he's doing an unnecessary cast, it looks like. But so he just data damage. So that gameplay effect. Damage volume, he does instant executions. And then he has damage execution calculation class. So that's interesting. I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to dig deeper. We don't need this anymore. The F drive, yeah. Okay, let's open up the solution. We gotta look for that damage execution class. Okay. So source. So it's got public and private stuff. We'll probably want to look into the private. So damage text widget. That doesn't seem like it does anything. Okay. Okay, so that's not what we want. Player, no. Characters. I guess I can just do that. This is CPP, and this is the .h. So execute implementation. Okay, so there's like armor calculation. So he takes in damage. Okay. So there's a receive damage function in his ability system component. Okay. Alright, so does he have, let's see, UI? Those are just textures, okay. UI damage number. Okay, I'm guessing he binded it. Okay, so where is this getting called? Update damage. Okay. Update damage. What does that get called? Okay. So text widget component. Where's this referenced? So event set damage text. Is it in his? All right, let's see characters. Hero character. So floating status bar component. So that's UI. Does he do this in C++? So hero. Skeletal mesh collision. Here. Okay. What's initialized floating status bar do? So he's creating the widget. So get health. Some character base. Okay. This is kind of tricky. I gotta wrap around my head around how I want to do this. Let's see. Okay. Let's first. Let's close out of this. What does this bar look like? So status bar. It's also the UI HUD, right? And it's a simple progress bar. So what I might want to do okay, let's go ahead. Let's get our editor back open first. Let's create some HUD elements. So we've got HUD, UI. Wait, so we have our debug menu too. Forgot how to open the debug menu. Yeah, okay. We'll have to add more to that later, but I can't think of anything we need at the moment. So we could just do hero. Main UI. No, user interface. So BP UI hero main. So this is something that should technically cover the whole screen. We could just have something in the corner or something like that, just so we know it's there. Test. Oh, no, it's over here. Test. Haven't worked in UI in a while. We'll probably want something bigger font. 50. Now, for the time being, it's always in the player controller that we typically want to update UI. So we have event begin play. Is there event possessed? Create widget? Yeah, owning player. It's a controller reference, right? Get controller. Player controllers. Is there get player controller? No. Okay. Then I guess we could just do self. Just put this up. And then add to viewport. That should be enough. Yeah, so we have test in the corner. I know you guys can't really see it. Maybe I'll move the position of it. We'll anchor it to the middle. Alignment 0.5.5, and then we'll kind of just position it upwards a little bit. Maybe a lot of it. That should be much easier to see. Obviously, it's just going to be there so we know it exists. So we have that. Now we can have health. BP UI health. And it could just be a progress bar. Nothing fancy. Health bar. Anchor to the bottom. 0.5.5 alignment. Size to content, I suppose. Let's say 500, right? Let me just 0 that out. Do like minus 200 or 150, I don't know, something like that. We can figure that out later. Minus 50, yeah. Okay, style, well, %1. Alright, style. Is there a color? Yeah. Okay, so we have a health bar. Now, technically, we can do a new widget, right? Or is it user created? Yeah. I guess I can what? Fill screen? No. Custom. And what's the size here? 500 by 30. I guess I could do 1. Yeah. So that's our health bar. There we go. Now we can anchor this bad boy. 0, I think it was minus 50. 0.5. Yeah, now we have some sort of health representation. Now we can kind of just give it a test. We don't really need it now that we have our representation here. Now I gotta just figure out how I want to be able to kind of update the health UI part. I think I'll need to do some more research on how I want to handle that. I think right now this is a good point to stop and commit everything and kind of close out of the stream. So let us so we have our health system. So attributes, we have that. Next thing we want to do is update health UI via health component. Maybe we'll need to create a new widget class for health bar. So we might need to reparent that to a new class. So I'll have to do some research on creating unique widget classes. So that'll be some good stuff to do next time, I think. So now what we can do is let's pause all that, save everything that we have. We can go into Perforce. I don't think I had it all connected to my source control, so we'll have to double check that. So not in the engine, but hero. So let's first start with the custom stuff we just did. So UI, mark for add, and then mark for add. I believe we also updated our data table. So we could check that out. In the actual data table itself. The rest was in code. So source. Definitely attributes. Check that out. Nothing in abilities, I don't think. Health component. Mark for add. Nothing under data game mode, nothing like that. Nothing under gameplay effect, hero character, yeah. Check out. I don't think we did anything for player state, UI. No. Player controller, no. Player character, no. I see nothing. HUD, no. I think that's it. So health component, attributes, our character. Nothing for cheat manager. We have attributes. Okay. So I think I'm done. Whip. Created health Max health attributes. Created health component to track changes, whip, UI, or health. So we can submit that. And then it should be in UGS in just a moment. Right there, perfect. Now I believe I can go GitHub desktop. We don't want to include any of these Python scripts because it includes some tokens that we don't want to share with everybody. But I think everything else is good. Let me just copy the same log here. Whip health component. Oh yeah, I need to add one for max health. Let me just write that down. We'll do it later. What exactly is that called? Add for max health. Okay. So I think we're good to commit to main. Push. Oh yeah, and a new version of GitHub desktop has been created, so. Okay, we can restart GitHub. Let me just make sure I have my Python script still though. Hero dev, Python. Yeah, we're good. Cool. So we're good there. And let's just check GitHub, make sure it's all there. So it was updated a minute ago. Yeah, so we're good. So for anyone who is interested, you can get access to this GitHub repository if you subscribe to, I believe it's the second tier on Patreon. Just for $6 a month, you'll have access to it. Even if you just do 1 month, you'll have access to the code from then on, I believe. Or, yeah, so this is the GitHub, so you'll get access to it. But there's also more tiers and things like that. So definitely check out the Patreon if you are interested. I would appreciate it. So what we'll do next time, I don't know when next time will be, but we will continue working on our health component and updating our UI and things like that. So please stay tuned to that. If you aren't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is where I will post this live stream once it's done. And then, from there, you guys can rewatch it as much as you want. So thanks for everyone for watching, and see ya in the next live stream. See ya.